with me. Good morning. It's my first day of furlough. It's Sunday, July 12th. Yeah, July 12th. I just decided to start today. My furlough, I work Monday through Friday, so my furlough officially starts tomorrow, but today I can file the paperwork for unemployment. So I'm going to do that today. I finished my last summer teaching gig on Thursday, so I have a few papers to grade. So I have a little bit of computer work to do. And one of my boys, our tax date is July 15th this year, and one of my sons did not file yet, so I'm going to help him do his taxes. I'm actually just probably going to do it for him virtually. Yeah, and who knows what else I'll get up to today. I'm not really sure. I did finish plying this last night. This is my second skein of the hand spun that I'm going to use to make the Kima sweater by Chain Fiber. So I'm going to, what is it called? Skein this up. I'm going to be skeining this up on my Nitty Notty. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to actually do that as soon as I'm done with this intro. I also, last night, I swatched the yarn. Probably goes this way. It's knit on very large needles, so I'm a little excited about that because it's going to go so fast. I need to find out where I know she shipped the Veronita, but I need to find out where that is. So sorry if you're just tuning in for the first time and don't know what I'm talking about. I'll put a picture in, probably when I said the name, I put a picture in, but it's got two yarns. It's a DK weight yarn, which I'm making out of my hand spun, and then a lace weight yarn that she used a cashmere silk blend, and she also used a kid silk mohair blend, or kid mohair silk, I think is actually the way you say it. So anyway, I decided to go with the silk cashmere blend, and I've made yarn that also has about 40% cashmere in it, so they should hopefully, and it has a little silk in it too, so the drape should be nice. Anyway, it's knit on really big needles. US size, so the smallest is 5.5 millimeter, which is US size 9. Then you use 7 millimeter, which there's not a US equivalent for that. And the one you knit the lace weight with, oh my gosh, it's not a 10 because that's a 15. It's US size 13, so I think it's a 11 millimeter. Not 9 millimeter, maybe? Yeah, it must be 9 because a 10 is a 15, which would mean 14 is 10.5. Or sorry, 9.5. I think it's a 9 millimeter. So 5.5. I went US 9, 10, 10.5. So because again, I knit on the loose side. So I haven't checked actually this. I just picked it up off the drying mat while I was like grabbing the bobbin and stuff to show you. So I think probably the US 10.5, which would be why am I guessing? I have my gauge. I have my handy gauge thing right here. So yeah, 10.5 is a 6.5 millimeter, and a 13 is a 9 millimeter. I was right. So I haven't done the gauge check yet. I checked when it was dry before I had blocked it, and it was at the 10.5 or US 10.5 or 6.5 millimeter seemed to be spot on. Like it was a little bit more stitches than it should have been, not less. Yeah, a little bit more, which means I need to go up another size. So I might be spot on gauge with this, and I may need to order some 7 millimeters because I don't have that. This little gauge thing says that 7 millimeter is 10 3/4, but I have never ever seen a needle labeled 10 3/4. It's so silly. Why does US do that? Why do we have US sizes? We should just have millimeter sizes. Like, let's just call it what it is instead of making these other names. It's sort of like how I feel when people make fancy names for their bases. I'm just like, just call the base what it is. It's a sock yarn. Yeah, so I'll be doing that today too. Yeah, we'll see what happens, see what I get up to. I haven't thought of a name yet for this. I have to think of a name for this series. I might just call it what it is. Furlough with whiskey and wool. I was actually thinking about lemonade, making lemonade with whiskey and wool, which I thought would be kind of cute because it's like this idea that, being furloughed is not nice because, yes, it's time off, but it's unpaid. So that kind of sucks. That part sucks. It's a pretty substantial hit to take 2 weeks, to be forced to take 2 weeks off. So it's like half my monthly budget. I mean, I'll be okay. I'm not hurting financially at all, and I have a healthy savings account, so I'll be fine. But I was just thinking that, like, this idea of when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade. So making lemonade, and plus it's summer, I might just go with that. We'll see. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I got 286 yards of yarn, and now the next thing is it goes in the soak. Before I put it in the soak, I am going to weigh it. It is doing the same thing off of the bobbin that my other skein did, which is all these little curly cues are forming, but those will all relax in the soak. And then it dries, and I will have yarn to work with. So 286 yards, my other skein was 282, I think, so this is pretty much spot on. I'm going to just check the weight, and the idea is that hopefully the grist, that's the yardage per pound, is the same on both of them. That will tell me that my the weight that the thickness of the yarn will be the same. So I think that's the case. I felt like when I was spinning this one that it was a little bit thicker, but it might just have been my imagination. Who knows? Okay, see you later. Hey there, so I'm gonna head out for a run. I have the yarn soaking. I soak it for about an hour, so it should be ready for me to dry and lay out. It'll probably be dry later today or tomorrow, which is fine. I just ordered a bunch of needles to knit the sweater, and they won't arrive until Wednesday, so I have a few more days before I can cast on, but that's fine. Totally fine. I have plenty of other things to do. All right, I'll see you soon. Okay, so I'm back from my run. I took a little swim. I'll show you the pool in a later, some other blog. And I untwined my yarn, unsoaked it, dried, took it out of the water, let it drip dry for a little bit. Then I rolled it in a towel, stepped on it, just like you do a sweater. And it is now hanging up to dry. So I'm gonna show that to you. Let's see. So I think the grist is pretty spot on, the other one. I still don't think I'm plying properly. Like, I don't know, it looks a little uneven to me. I mean, I know this one's still damp, but the other one, I don't know. I'm gonna talk more about that later, about my plying. Hey, so I finished my grading papers, and I did all my furlough paperwork, all that stuff. So now I'm out on the porch with Mr. Meow. He's in a little pet tent. I'm having a cocktail, and I'm gonna work on the baby knit. I just wanted to put my feet up and relax. Not that my work was not mostly sitting, but I'm just like ready to let go for a little bit before I dive back in and do my son's taxes. So maybe I'll do that after dinner. Yeah, so it's like 4:15 right now. So 4:30, 4:15. He's having dinner. Wait a minute. Wait, I'll show you in a minute. Dinner. I brought his dinner out. So we're sitting on this porch. I'll give you the view. This is the hydrangea porch. We're just sitting out here. There's a lot of rabbits, and there's actually a fox, which we hardly ever see. Chipmunks. Deer will come through the trees later tonight. And yeah, it's just really, really beautiful. It's such a pretty setting. So this is like the whole porch with couches, and that's a fire pit for the fall. Pita and panko crusted tofu. I have my kale chopped. I have a glass of wine. And there's my tofu drained. Preparing the pepita crust right now. Water's on for rice. And I'm gonna saute kale, I think, with red onion. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, it is the end of the day, and I'm going to watch an episode of Hunters on What am I watching on? I think it's on Hulu, but I ordered it through Amazon Prime. It's a little rough, like, not rough around the edges, like it's really well done. It's very well acted, but it's a little hard to watch, to binge watch. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's a little, like, there's a lot of torture and violence in it. So it's by, if you don't know about it, it's by the director Jordan Peele, who did the movie Get Out. And he did something else that I'm not remembering right now. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I tried to do my son's taxes, but I need more information from him. So I was able to finish the federal form. And the state form, though, is just kind of a mess. So New York State, oh my god, I hate their tax form so much. New Jersey's tax form is like 5 lines. It's so easy. But New York's is really complicated. Like, there's different cities. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. It'll just make me upset. But anyway, yeah, I've been working away on the little baby sweater. I figured out that I only need to do 3 more repeats of the lace on it. So, to get the length that I need. So I'm hoping to do that while I'm watching this show. I feel like this is something that would get done really fast if I just straight work through it, but I feel like I just kind of do a row here, a row there, and it's taking longer than it should. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed my blog. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back tomorrow with more stuff, and I have like a lot of different little daily things that I haven't really shared with you, but I think that you'll enjoy as much as I do. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye!